A young killer who murdered his own half-sister is likely to walk free one day because of a plea deal that came to fruition today. It's a deal the Kent County prosecutor told us he didn't want to make.
The victim's mother, who lost her only child, says that she's not happy with the decision. She says she faces a life sentence no matter what happens to the perpetrator. She spoke with 24 Hour News 8's Leon Hendricks today.
Brian and Susan, good evening. It is a pain that this mother says is still fresh like it was early on. And this decision, she says, is not justice for her daughter.
These are symbols of the season, juxtaposed with a loss most cannot comprehend.
There isn't a day that you're not sad, because there's always some milestone.
She comes here all of the time.
I feel like I abandon her if I don't come out and see her.
To feel close to her only child.
This is McKenna.
McKenna Hilton was 18 when her life was snuffed out, strangled by her own half-brother for reasons unknown. Savon Schmutz was 16 at the time. Police say he confessed, a crime heinous by all accounts. She was killed and then dumped in the woods for a passerby to find.
You don't ever move on from the grief of child loss. It stays with you. It's nothing you get better from.
But now a plea deal that will allow him a chance at life again. At the root, 2012 case law that prosecutors say would have prevented a life without parole sentence because the killer was a juvenile at the time.
There is no difference between his thought process when he murdered my daughter and the thought process of other people.
For her, it means no peace, but it wouldn't have no matter the case.
Simply because there's nothing that can bring McKenna back.
It's little things that give her a sense of her daughter's presence, like this butterfly that seems to stick around.
So that's McKenna's butterfly.
For her, there's nothing flowery, no sympathy for him.
That's not in my heart to forgive him, and I never will.
What he took from her, so much more than what's here.
It's physically like a piece of your heart is gone.
The victim's father, who is also the suspect's father, did support the plea deal. That's the word according to the prosecutor's office. Schmutz is expected to be sentenced to a minimum of 30 to 40 years in prison once he is sentenced at the end of the month.